Hello everyone and welcome again to ASP.NET Core tutorial. From this video onwards, we will work on some security concept just like authentication, authorization, login, logout, change password, forgot password, etc. And to work with these security concept, we will use Identity Core framework. This is the first video for the Identity Core setup in our Bookstore web application. So let's start. We will start our learning from what is this Identity Core, how can we install Identity Core in our ASP.NET Core application, then how can we use this Identity Core in our application. To work with the authentication, we need to add some middlewares in our application. We will learn how to add that. And to work with the authentication and authorization, we need some tables in our database. This identity provides you a couple of tables to work with that. We will also learn how can we generate these tables automatically from this identity. Let's start. First, quickly have a look what is this Identity Core. Identity Core is a universal framework to provide security to any .NET application. Here I am writing any .NET application. It means this Identity Core is a separate universal framework that can be used in any .NET application. It is not dependent on ASP.NET Core or Razor. You can use the same concept in Blazor, Razor, ASP.NET Core MVC, ASP.NET MVC5 and all other frameworks that are available in .NET. This identity is not only limited to sign up and sign in, rather it provides you loads of features that are required for the security management. Now let's quickly have a look on some core features of this identity framework. This is common framework for all .NET application. All the tables that are required to work with the authentication and authorization are provided by this identity framework. So you do not have to create any extra table by yourself. Everything is created automatically. Then we can register a user, login a user, change password, forgot password, user validation, whether it is a valid user or not, password validation, whether user has entered a correct password or not, password hashing. This is also a major security point. You cannot store the plain password in your database table. Here identity framework provide you some hashing technique. You can always convert your password to the hashed password. Multi-factor authentication. A user will be logged out if he is entering some wrong password. And you can configure all the attempts. Suppose you want to block your user after 3 wrong attempts or after 5 wrong attempts, then you can configure all these settings in identity framework. External identity. Suppose you want to log in with Google or Facebook or Twitter or Microsoft, then this Identity Core framework provides you all the features that are required to work with these providers. Other than these features, you will see there are loads of other features that are available in Identity Core. So let's start working with Identity Core framework. The first step is that we need to install this Identity Core in our application. If we are working with ASP.NET Core MVC application, then there are couple of packages for Identity Core. But if you will install this package microsoft.aspnetcore.identity.entity framework core, then all the dependent packages will get installed automatically in your application. Let's quickly open Visual Studio and let's install this package. So here again we are back to our Bookstore web application, and to open the NuGet window we can right click on our project and choose Manage NuGet Package. Here you need to write microsoft.aspnetcore. On this result list you can see that we have this microsoft.aspnetcore.identity.entity framework core package. Here you can see all the dependencies microsoft.extension.identity.stores. The benefit of using this package is that all the dependencies will get installed automatically in your application. Let's click on the install button. Okay, so all these will be updated. Let's click on OK. I accept. This might take some time based on the speed of your internet. Let's build this solution. So we have successfully installed this package in our ASP.NET Core web application. Now let's understand how can we enable the authentication middleware in our application and how can we configure this identity in our ASP.NET Core web application. Let's again go back to the Visual Studio. To work with the middlewares, we need to open the startup file. Here if you will go to this configure method, then before using this use points, you need to use app dot use authentication. We will use this middleware to enable authentication in our ASP.NET Core web application. Now we have installed the identity core package and we have enabled the authentication in this application. Now we need to configure identity so that it can work with our database. Okay, for that you need to go to this configure services method available in this startup.cs file, and over here you need to use services dot add identity. Here you can notice that we have two methods. First one is add identity and second one is add identity core. The add identity core provides only the basic minimal things that are required to work with the security system. But if you are using this add identity, then you will get all the features that are available in this identity framework. For example, you want to work with the external identities or multi-factor authentication, then you need to use this add identity. If you are using add identity, then automatically all the features that are available in add identity core plus some additional features will be installed in your application. Here we need to use this add identity. In this identity framework, to work with the user management, there are a couple of classes already created for us. So we need to configure those classes over here. To work with the user, we have a table identity user, and this class is available inside Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.identity namespace. Then in the second parameter we need to pass the role, identity role. We will understand the details of these identity user and identity roles in some upcoming video, but here we are configuring this identity framework in our application. Now to work with our database, we need to provide which DB context we are using so that identity can work with our DB context. To work with this database, we need to add entity framework store, this one, and in this entity framework store we need to provide the name of our DB context. This DB context is available inside this data and bookstore context. This name we need to pass this name. Let's copy this name and that's it. This is how we can configure the basic settings of this identity framework. There are a couple of other settings that are available in this framework and we will work on all those settings one by one in upcoming videos. Perfect. By now in this video we have installed the identity framework, we have enabled the authentication, we have added the support of identity in our application. Now to work with the tables, we need to make some changes into our DB context class. Let's open the DB context class. Here it is. Here you can notice that we have inherited this class from this DB context. In order to work with the identity, we need to inherit it from identity DB context. And let's resolve the namespace. This is available inside Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.identity.entity framework core. Let's save all the changes. Now, where is our DB context? Let's right click on this identity DB context and choose go to definition. Here you can notice that it is again inherited from this identity DB context, and here we have passed the identity user, the same class, and the identity role. Again, let's right click on this one and choose go to definition. Here you will notice that it is again inherited from this identity DB context. Again, let's right click on this one and choose go to definition. This identity DB context is again inherited from this identity user context. Let's right click on this one and again go to this definition. Here you can notice that finally this is inherited from this DB context. So if we are inheriting our DB context class from this identity DB context, then this DB context will be enabled automatically for us. Now we are done with all the changes. In order to generate all the tables, we need to add a new migration script. Let's add the script. Go to tools, NuGet package manager and choose the console. Here we need to write add migration, added identity core. Let's click on the enter button. This will build your application and add a new migration in the migrations folder. Here you can see inside this migrations folder we have a new migration. Let's open this migration. And here you can notice that it is creating few tables in our application. First one is ESP.NET roles, ESP.NET users, ESP.NET role claims, ESP.NET user logins, ESP.NET user roles, and ESP.NET user tokens. All these tables are required to work with the user management. Now we have added the migration. Now it is time to update our database. Before running the update command, let's quickly have a look on our database. So we are using this bookstore database, and let's refresh the changes. Here we have only few tables: book gallery, book, and language. Now let's run the update command in our application. So how can we do that? By using update database. Press enter. It is done. Now let's verify the changes in database. Again refresh this database. Click on the tables, and this time you will notice that we have couple of tables added to this database. The basic setup of identity core is done in our application. Now we need to work on the user registration part. So from next video we will work on the user registration. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.